spent the last 20 years analyzing the global restaurant business from the inside out. I've studied the consumer habits and actions that feed this business every day. Innovation is found in places where few might look. It's where the real heartbeat of the restaurant business lies. Sometimes it's beneath the known Michelin stars or the glitz and the glamour of the posh addresses of the best restaurant districts in the business. I'm Paul Barron, and this is my show. And I'm in search of amazing food, stellar service, and that unforgettable experience. Welcome to Table 42. So here we are tonight in South Philly at a place called Virtù, and this is Chef Joe Cicala, which has brought kind of a unique Italian flair to a very interesting menu here at Virtù. This restaurant is actually doing all handmade pasta, which is kind of a unique thing, but also very rare today as we see more and more Italian restaurants that are not necessarily going that direction. So one thing that we look at when we cover these restaurants in different cities is, again, we're looking at the top 25 restaurants. And here in Philadelphia, of course, these guys have actually been on the list several times. And one of the reasons, I think, is because of the creativeness of their menu, but also kind of the whole spin of their environment. You can kind of see behind me people pouring in and out of this great, beautiful patio, a great day, but they also have a really intimate interior that kind of gives you that old rustic feel. So it's a really nice experience, and I think one that we're going to enjoy on the show today. So let's just take a look at the menu. He's really using a lot of different angles with the pasta itself, which is kind of interesting. The one I think that's most interesting to me with the macaroni alla mognaia, hand-pulled single-strand pasta, garlic, extra virgin olive oil, hot pepper, pecorino. Okay, this has got definitely all those great flavors that I love in a pasta dish. Let's try that tonight and see how it goes. So here we are at Virtù in Philadelphia, and here with Chef Joe. Great to meet you, and thanks for letting us come in.
Thank you, pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Got a chance to come in last night, kind of scout the place, a little bit about our top 25 restaurants. Had your macaroni mognaia. Did I get it right?
Yeah, macaroni alla mognaia.
Okay, beautiful. Excellent dish. Amazing pasta too. So I think that rolls into some of your heritage and kind of the inspiration from some of the Italian regions that kind of flows into the Virtù menu.
Yeah.
Let's kind of roll into a little bit about your background. What kind of got you into cooking? What got you into the whole process of the culinary scene?
I mean, I guess like every other Italian-American chef, started with my mother and grandmother. Coming from an immigrant family, we cooked at home quite often, and I just got into it at an early age. It was my mother that got me into cooking professionally because she started a catering company, so I just kind of grew up in this atmosphere.
All right, so we're going to break out some dishes here. Let's just go right into it.
Sure. Let's start with antipasto. Antipasto, we have a very traditional, almost a street food in Abruzzo called arrosticini.
Okay.
And these are, you find them all over the region. It's just a small diced skewer of lamb,
right,
grilled over an open flame.
Beautiful.
Seasoned with just a little salt, pepper, rosemary, and olive oil. We make all these ahead of time. We cube the lamb, skewer it up, and it takes maybe 3 to 4 minutes on each side. We try to keep them around medium rare.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Really, really simple.
Yeah, and super tender here. What's the trick?
Sourcing lamb that's really young.
So youthful lamb, prepped in the right model. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so what's next on the menu?
Next we have, it's called brodetto alla casalese. Brodetto is a type of seafood stew that you find all over the eastern coast of Abruzzo. What makes this casalese as opposed to vastese is these little couscous.
Is there a trick to making couscous like that?
How we make it is traditional to how they make it in Castle Bordino, is that we use a small thistle broom. We dip the broom in water, and then we shake it over the semolina, and it creates these little drops.
Right.
And those little drops become the couscous. We just filter it through a small mesh sieve,
Yeah.
and what you have left are these little.
Sift it out, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a fillet of monkfish. It's monkfish ossobuco, so it's bone in, with mussels, clams, shrimp, and calamari with roasted peppers, tomato, and then just a little bit of its own, like a little white wine sauce. People love this. It's one of the most traditional, it's one of the most simple, and it's really on the lighter side too.
All right, Chef, so we're going to go into your third dish here, the signature dish here at Virtù. Talk us through this one.
Sure, it's called macaroni alla mugnaia. It's a single strand, hand-pulled pasta, which reaches like 8 feet per person. But traditionally it is made on a table just like this, a wood table. It's hand stretched. What's particular about this pasta is that it's very rare. It's one of the pastas that's kind of like dying out because the generations now don't have any interest in cooking. We wanted to preserve this tradition of this particular pasta because it means a lot to that area of Abruzzo. So we serve it here at Virtù year round.
How do you make pasta that large? I mean, you roll this out. This is a huge ring.
Yeah,
how do you
I
do
guess
that?
the most similar method that people might know is like Japanese udon, where you hand stretch it and then you kind of lift it and slap it a little bit.
Okay.
This is really thick and ropey. It's not as thin as like a spaghetti, which is its signature quality is that it has a really unique chew to it because it's so thick.
Okay.
It's very hearty and very rustic.
Yeah. Okay, so the prep process, of course, takes hours on doing this. How do you keep up with that pace? Because that's got to be a hot dish.
Oh, they're making it downstairs right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's just the press.
This is pumped out. Traditionally, it's made on the table, like I said. They cook it in the back, and then they dump it right on the table that it's made from. And it's served with a basket of peppers, which we grow here outside in our garden and dry downstairs.
All right.
And tradition goes, you take the pepper and you season it as you like it with these scissors.
What are we seeing as far as seasoning? How do you get that really good coated sauce on
Yeah,
there?
it's dressed very, very simply in the traditional way that it usually comes in the Fino River Valley of Abruzzo, and that's aglio, olio, peperoncino. So it's just garlic, olive oil, red pepper, parsley, and a little bit of pecorino cheese.
Okay.
When you walk in here, I think you feel Italy. It's a really rustic space. We joke and say that dinner here is cheaper than a plane ticket to Italy, but
Yeah.
it would be the same experience.
Yeah. This is awesome. Thanks for letting us stop in today. It's
my pleasure to have you.
been a beauty.
Thank you.
So as you can see, this is one of those reasons that this dish is kind of one of the staples of Virtù. It's interesting when you look at pasta, when it's done well and it's done right, how beautiful it can be. It's going to be great to try this tonight. I can't wait to see how Virtù and Chef Joe is going to surprise us. So let's just take a quick slice. And the pasta is perfect. So this one has kind of an interesting texture. Has, rather than the al dente feel of most pasta, you get kind of that chewy sensation. Perfect test too, I think, of the sauce. It's a great mix. I love the pepper garnish. We gotta try some of that. This is gonna be a great night here at Virtù. Now we understand why they are a top 25. Here's cheers to Chef Joe. Thanks.